In particular, we wanted to focus on the idea of deplacement, which is something this project foregrounded. In other words, not simply taking people from one place to another, but actually taking the idea of place and the experience of place away from people, whether by changing the place that are in, take an extreme example like Baghdad being destroyed, where the memories that you used to bond you to it, you can no longer see in this place you exist in, or being moved from a place but not to another one. So for example, into a permanent, in quotes, refugee camp, where you're not allowed to make links with the place in the same way that you would to another one. So it's a bit like, well, does it even exist as a place for you? And these are quite extreme examples, but that's some of the case studies we looked at. And we used a lot of abstract theoretical background as well from geography, anthropology, political science to think of those issues. And of course we used the artists. Artists both like Catrin and Shauna McClellan, who's another one, who work in a very abstract way to think about these ideas in our current experiences of place, not simply as a physical space, but a performative and a relational space as well. We in the end ended up with 10 artists and at least 9 different disciplines participating. We had 2 workshops of the official academic kind of workshops, one in spring and one just finished in September.
But this was much more a collaborative event, which enabled me to actually develop ideas within my own practice, which I would not have done without the interaction with and discussions that I had with Elena and other academics.
And we then used, in terms of our case study about the Middle East, we had Iraqi artists and artists from Palestine who came and also participated in this.
There was lots of informal activity that went on beyond the 2 dates of the actual formal workshops. So there was quite a lot of things happening kind of in the sort of hinterland of those activities as well.
The other thing that happened we weren't expecting is the local arts centre. There was an opportunity to give a presentation at the local arts centre to the public about the project, and we linked that up with the public opening of the exhibition and a music performance. So in the end, we didn't just have an exhibition, it became a whole big event, and the university is using the composition for its arts and culture official launch later this year.
The work on this slide is by Hannah Malala, who's one of the Iraqi artists who came to the UK about 3 years ago, unable to continue her practice in Baghdad. So within her work, it's all about the disintegration of something. So, or using things that have been disintegrated, either in the environment in Iraq or in the local environment around where her studio is in London. So a lot of the work is about destroying objects or utilising objects which have been destroyed.
So some of the outputs, impacts that I've already mentioned. Some of the other ones are that there's continuing collaborations and applications to get artists and residents in directly at the University of Exeter, and artists and musicians working together, and I'm putting in for a big grant with Catrin and Shauna and the 2 Palestinian artists for a 5-year project as well.